Welcome to the Not My Scene podcast, the podcast where we explore different scenes, communities, subcultures, and corners of the internet and tell you what we find. I'm Yarden.
And I'm Kaya.
Just some quick reminders. We release episodes every other Tuesday. Please subscribe or follow on Apple, Spotify, wherever you listen. If you haven't rated us 5 stars already, please do that. And share with a new friend this week. Share with someone you think would be titillated by an exploration of the Brony community.
Think about what freaks you know and send them this episode.
Hashtag send to your freakiest friend challenge.
Send to your freakiest friend challenge. Dump a bucket of ice water on yourself and then send this Brony episode to your freakiest friend.
It's the perfect 1-2 punch.
Dan, what's your scene this week?
Okay, I'm back to having a wholesome scene. My scene this week is park as backyard. And this is pretty much only relevant if you're like me and you live in an apartment where you don't have a backyard, but you have a park really close to you. And this is me shifting my mindset around going to the park, where like I never had an issue taking walks around the park. Love to do my little walks. But in terms of
I've never had an issue going to the park, but I've been thinking about it all wrong.
I've been thinking about it all wrong. But like in terms of like going to sit, like I felt like it was a big thing where you have to have like a 2-hour chunk of time and like pack a bag and have your blanket and your snacks and your book and your music. And now I'm like, wait, you can just go for like 30 minutes after you're done working and read, or you can like bring your dinner that's like in a bowl. Like you don't have to like pack a thing.
You don't have to put it in a Tupperware. You can just carry your plate. Yeah, I feel like this is really specific to your living arrangement because you live like, I've never met anyone who lives as close to a park as you do.
Yeah.
Not to like dox you, but
I'm sure there's someone out there. Maybe they don't live as close, but like if you're less than a 10-minute walk to a park, or even 15. Yesterday, I was like, I'm going to take a little walk. And then I just saw a patch of nice looking grass. And I just laid down and closed my eyes for like 3 minutes, maybe.
Nice.
And then I got up.
I've been going to the park for years, but I've been thinking about it all wrong in the sense that I'm thinking about the park as somewhere that I own now to do whatever I want in it. Like it is my property. But before I was going as like kind of a community.
Right. Now I don't even see the other people there. To me, they're my outdoor furniture and I will be sitting on them.
I like that.
Thanks. All right. Well, what is your scene?
Okay, my scene is, I feel like this is something that would normally be more your scene. I'm going to give advice to the people today. You know, when you're like, make your beans from scratch or like be your own
I feel
butler.
like you're giving commands too, but they're like by element.
What do you mean by element? I'm definitely giving commands.
B-U-Y element.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Whoa. That like really took me a second to understand. Yeah, you're right. So my commands are like toxic consumer things.
No, you also I guess go to the library.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so this is just par for the course. But I will say this is kind of maybe I don't know if I'm saying consume with this command, but my command is get up off your phone and do the damn thing. And that means that I'm not telling you to get off your phone.
That was part of the command. Ignore the first part of the command.
I'm telling you, get up, get off your phone and do the damn thing, but don't do the first thing I just told you. I am still being on my phone a lot after our conversation with August, but I'm trying to like do the stuff I'm seeing. Like, I don't know if this is as much you, But I watch like a lot of really boring content where it's just like people doing stuff, like people making recipes that I have never made, and like just
People
like doing such.
organizing their fridges.
That's too much. I haven't done anything like that yet. But basically, I was like thinking about the last time I watched like specifically so much food stuff. I'm just watching it because there's something about watching someone do something that's like fun. Anyways, I was trying to think about like when is the last time I've actually done something I've watched. I was thinking about this because I'm newly obsessed with Red Currant Bakery. Shout out Red Currant Bakery. Love her. And a friend of the pod, Shar, was like, oh yeah, I love her videos. I made like this recipe from, she made like a chocolate chip
Mm.
brioche. And I was like, you made it. Like, I watched like 2 hours of her shorts, but like, you did that. Like, you made it. Anyways, so I'm trying to like make some of the things I watch. And my hope is that then I will also watch less thing. Like I'll stop watching things if I'm not interested in.
The ratio will shift more to making and less
Yeah, like I'll almost be a
watching.
content creator, but just in my
Not
life,
filming. Yeah.
not filming and less of a passive consumer. And the last time that I did this that I was that I can remember was during the pandemic. I feel like there was a lot of this happening. Like I made the Dalgona coffee, the whipped coffee. Did you ever
Yeah.
make it?
I didn't, but I'm familiar. It's
Yeah,
like a
so
meme.
you didn't make it. So get off your phone and do the damn thing. But so in the past few weeks I made a beef I made an impossible ground beef sweet potato bowl that I saw someone make online. And then I also have started making a maple syrup sea salt mixed
Ooh.
into my espresso in the morning latte, and it's very yummy.
How did the beef
Um
thing turn out?
it turned out well. I've made it twice. It kind of makes me feel like a gym bro, like slop
Yeah.
machine. It's also funny to do with Impossible because I'm like, I know that like people eat lean ground beef for particular goals, but I don't know what the point of having Impossible
I
ground
feel
beef
like
is.
it's if you want like the vibe and taste due to the condiments of having a burger.
Yeah. And like if you want to have like a lot of pea protein.
Mm,
I don't know. So I've been doing
that's good.
that. Like, imagine what the world would be like if everyone did what they saw on social media. Like, if every
Like there was like a
video
law where if you saw someone doing something,
doing
you had to.
something and it was like a thing you could do. Like, obviously, it's like you don't have to do like fan cams, but if it's someone like getting ready or buying something or trying a new hairstyle or a new makeup or making food,
Mm,
you have to do it.
yeah.
We'd be busy and like really productive. And everyone would look like awesome.
Guess we'd be just watching a lot less content.
Yeah, it's like win-win. Maybe I should implement that
But
policy
I
for
don't think like
myself.
everything we see is good and productive. We'd all have 12-step skin routines.
Yeah, but everything we see is probably better than the act of watching our phone.
Yeah.
Okay,
We'd all
sorry.
be going up to people on the street and being like, "Can you show me your apartment?"
We'd all be like, how much do you pay for rent?
Yeah.
What do you do for work? We'd all be talking to each other way more.
This is very Suri Fields from Survivor because you know how the whole thing is literally Jeff every time she's on Survivor he's like, Suri
You
got off
got
the
off the
couch.
couch and did the damn thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Which
so
is like,
annoying.
it is so annoying. And it's also like, you got off the couch just has such a Weight Watchers
Yeah,
implication. It has such
totally.
a like early 2000s diet
Yeah.
plan.
Also, like, I get saying it the first time, like, if that was like like what she said going in, but like,
But she's been off the couch.
yeah, she's very, and she's also still works in a hospital.
Yeah, she's probably spending way less time on the
Thing.
couch than the average person.
Yeah.
She's on her feet.
Um, and then the other thing this reminds me of is like the phrase I really like, and I really like the variations of when people are like, do it tired, but then I've seen do it drunk. There could be so many variations, like do it alone if you can't find someone to do it with you, or like do it
Yeah.
broke.
Or
I
like
really like
maybe is this
that.
crazy? Just do it.
Louis, I think you're onto something.
So what is do it drunk? Like,
It's, oh, I have to do this thing, but I'm like kind of drunk. Well, just do it drunk.
yeah, that's really good. This is very, it's like be your own butler drunk.
Yeah.
Let your butler
Or
drink. Let
like,
your butler be alone. Let your butler be tired. They're still your
mm-hmm.
butler. No
It's better
excuses.
better to have a drunk, tired butler than no butler.
Do it tired. I like
Do
that.
it tired is like too hustle culture, I feel like.
Do it. I can't think of anything other than drunk and tired.
Well, did
Do
you
it
like the ones I
sick.
came up with?
Do it alone. Yeah, I
Do
liked
it
that.
alone and do it broke.
Do it broke.
That's like,
Feels
oh,
like that one gives me a little more pause because it kind of depends what it is. Like if it's like going to Vegas, I would say like maybe don't do it broke or like buying that
yeah.
bag. But if it's like
No, I mean more
taking
like,
care of yourself,
I meant more like something that you might think you have to spend a lot of money to do, but you could do it in like a cheap way.
oh yeah, yeah, I like
Kind of
that.
like
Do it
our
broke.
Coachella, which was not, we'd still spent a lot of money, but
Yeah, but we also suffered.
yeah.
It definitely felt broke. Yeah.
Okay, let's get into the topic today. We
Okay.
are talking about bronies. Kaya, what's a brony?
A Brony is an adult male fan of My Little Pony. Did I get that right?
I would say, like, in its most simplest sense, yeah. Although there are like female and other gender like members of the brony community, it definitely is like notable because My Little Pony is a toy and a show marketed towards little girls, and it became huge with this like largely male young adult population.
Yeah, I it seems to me like there was a My Little Pony fandom that was like more comprised of the demographic you would have expected. And then Brony like emerged as a separate thing, kind of. So when
Mm-hmm.
I talk about like Brony behavior, like I'm not talking about kids that like My Little
Yeah.
Pony, and I'm not talking about women that like were like collecting the ponies before. There's something innately like 4chan and like
Yeah.
iFunny. There's it's Bob Cheese. There has to
So
be like
Bob
an element
Cheese.
of Bob Cheese to the
Yeah.
your love of My Little Pony for you to be a brony.
That can exist in a woman, but yeah, it's like if that woman is specifically involved in the brony subculture, which is super like memey and like ironic and then like post ironic.
Yeah. And I almost feel like it's
Yeah.
like a woman participating in it is like you're identifying as a My Little Pony bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, there are definitely women that are part of the fandom, but it's like
Yeah.
they are like acknowledging that.
They are forgoing their womanhood to be a brony.
They are signing their divine feminine away, locking it up while they're in the convention center. Yeah.
What was your relationship to My Little Pony growing up? Were you aware of the brony community?
Yeah. Okay. So on the first question, I was aware of My Little Pony growing up, but only like very tangentially. Like we had a mutual friend who would line her desk with My Little Ponies. I remember being like, that's interesting that they're allowed to do that.
Uh,
Like that Mrs. Boyer would let them have the ponies on the edge of their desk.
so it
But
was
it was
like
like
in like second,
decoration.
third grade.
And I also knew someone in LA. Like there was like a friend of my a grandparent family friend who had a little girl who was really into Littlest Pet Shop, which I
Mm,
think My Little Pet Shop is related to.
yeah. It's just Littlest Pet Shop.
It's not yours.
It's like the communal park.
My Little Park. Okay, never mind. So I guess I have like basically
Memory of.
no My Little Pony experience. I
Mhm.
just know horse figurines through other things like Littlest Pet Shop, and also those, like, I loved those like anatomically correct little horses. I thought those were
Mm.
cool, but that's like brandless and vibeless. And then with respect to Bronies, there was like one guy that we
Yeah.
went to high school with who was, I think, probably identified as a Brony, but I feel like it was very much just of the shirt wearing varietal. And I feel like maybe he also watched the show, and I might be wrong, but I don't think he was like playing with the figurines.
Well, I don't think that playing with the figurines is really like a big part of Brony culture. Like, I do think it's mostly about the show.
Yeah, and the
Um,
shirts.
and the swag, yeah. Yeah, I
Um,
remember our friend in high school who was in, I think he definitely was a Brony. Like, there's no way he just independently
yeah, you're
started
right.
getting
Sorry.
into My Little Pony.
He's like,
And
oh,
like,
other guys are doing this?
when we first found out about like his interest in My Little Pony, I didn't realize that it was a movement beyond him. I did just think it was like, that's weird that he likes that. Did you know that there were like more people?
I feel like I knew to the extent that like he was like I knew he wasn't like independently making all the content he was consuming. Like he was laughing at memes that were not
Mm-hmm.
memes he had drawn. And like he was
Yeah.
watching edgy YouTube videos, maybe that I knew like he hadn't made the videos. But no, I had no idea, no concept of the scale of Brony
Yeah.
culture. And yeah, I mean, it's just interesting to think about. We can talk about why bronies are like maybe less relevant now than they were, but this is also such an early 2000s subculture to me, and that like
Like early
part of that,
2010s.
yeah, like early 2010s, and that like part of that culture, we couldn't really have the same thing now because I'm trying to think about how to put this, because like it's not that people weren't accepting of it then, but I feel like part of brony culture then, at least the people that we knew that were doing it, it was like kind of a little like emo and like cringe and bop cheese and a little edge lordy, but not in the way that edge lord is now. It was like early 2010s edge lord, but now like I feel like you could just be a brony and there would be like so much more respect for it. So it would,
Mm-hmm.
do you know what I mean? Like I feel like
They
it
definitely
did,
broke barriers.
they broke barriers, and like a lot of like their culture was like about the breaking of the barriers.
Yes,
So
for
if
sure.
like now it would just be like, oh cool, you're an adult fan of My Little Pony, whereas then it was like, oh, you're a male fan of My Little Pony.
Yeah, the shock factor has gone away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
show me a
Yeah.
brony now and I will be nonplussed.
Yeah, but I guess he was like kind of on the ground floor because I feel like when we were close with him, it was like 2011, which was like really the start of the Brony community,
Yeah,
and also like he must have really been on 4chan.
for sure. Yeah, it's tied to a time in the internet that doesn't really exist anymore. Like I was reminiscing online earlier, and it's like they would like put ponies in their like forum usernames. So like when you're like posting on forums, it would have like a pony next to your name. And there were like all of these websites that were like linked together. So you would go from like website to like go on like website chains, which is so not a thing
Yeah.
anymore.
It was way more like in the age of like websites before like everything got consolidated to just like the big tech companies.
Yes. And so like I feel like there was much more like natural spread of brony fandom then, but now like you're not seeing brony content unless the algorithm is feeding it to you. And so
Mm.
like you wouldn't like stumble upon like someone with a brony like Avatar and be like, what is that? In the same way that you could like in the 2010s.
Yeah, I feel like there could still be like pipelines to it though. Like if you're furry or you're into anime or I don't know, like other
Yeah.
animated stuff, it could lead you there.
It could come across your desk for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh yeah, just on my prior experience, I guess I
Oh
also
yeah,
didn't
yeah, yeah.
have
Tell me,
much.
what was your prior experience with Brony
I
and My Little Pony?
I felt like I didn't have any, but then when I looked at pictures of the toys, I was like, wait, actually, these are so familiar. I'm not
Yeah.
sure if Nomi had any or just like some of her friends did, but I definitely remember like having my hands on some of those ponies and
Oh
like
yeah.
their real, not real, but like their hair.
Yeah.
Um,
I can picture like the feeling of their like smooth plasticky bodies
and
really
like how it
well.
was like kind of hollow and you could squeeze it, right?
Uh-huh. It's kind of like bouncing ball feeling. Well, I don't know if it was hollow. Maybe I just never tried my luck. The
God.
flank tattoos were like really familiar to me
What
when I
are the
saw that.
flank tattoos? It's like on them. It's like what this
Yeah,
their
they
little
have like
symbol is.
I feel like they basically have like ass tats. Like I think the flank tattoos are really cunty. It's like the return of the tramp stamp. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
literally a horse tramp stamp, and they all have like little, like they would have a little heart or a little star. I feel like normally it's like three of the thing, and that
Yeah,
was very familiar to me.
those are very appealing. But I never watched the show or anything. And then yeah, just that friend we had in high school. And then I don't remember when I realized that it was like a much bigger movement, but it wasn't until years later, I think.
I didn't realize until we started researching for this episode. I don't think.
Yeah. No, I
Um,
definitely didn't realize like how big it was until this episode.
yeah,
I can kind of like go through an overview slash history from the video if you want.
yeah. Let's talk about how big it is.
Okay. Most of this is from a YouTube video essay called The Last BronyCon, a Fandom Autopsy. It came out in 2020 by Jenny Nicholson. I would say she is a certified brony, even though, she might not identify as that, but she definitely has the cred to like talk about the brony fandom in detail.
She
Like,
does, but it seemed to me like she was like a pre-Brony My Little Pony
yeah,
fan. So
because she originally was into it as the target demographic. She was like a kid.
watching the show, collecting the figures, collecting like art with the figures on them.
She like found the community, stayed involved as she became an adult, and attended some brony cons. But it did originate from 4chan and actually from a viral article that someone posted that was like about the death of animation creators because like they were mad that animators had to work on like this project about a Hasbro toy for little girls, I guess. And then that got some people from 4chan to watch, originally watching ironically, and then they liked it more than they thought and thought it was like super funny that, hey, I am an adult man and I love My Little Pony. They kept watching, and in the later seasons of the show they actually incorporated like brony in jokes into the show. So they,
Yeah.
yeah, so they started out like very much catering towards like young kids, like mostly girls, and then as the brony community grew they had to also cater to this adult fandom.
So they were like slipping in Adam Friedland-esque like Easter eggs, and like the ponies were wearing like tongue-in-cheek graphic tees.
But like actually like stuff like the bronies would be like dubstep DJs because bronies love dubstep.
The ponies would.
Yeah, sorry, the ponies and My Little Pony would be
Yeah.
dubstep
They would
DJs.
be womp heads.
They
um
were shuffling with those hooves.
dude, that's definitely already made. We don't have to make
Yeah.
that, but
Anything you could think of with My Little Pony, I feel like
has
has
already
been
been made.
made.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. I watched a little bit of the show in prep for this, and because I like kept reading posts about people. I was reading this post where people were talking about what got them into it originally, and a lot of people say what you said, like they start watching the show but then they're like taken aback by how good it actually is. So that piqued my interest and I watched a little bit of it. I wouldn't say watching the show had that effect on me. It wasn't funny at all. At all. I would say, if anything, I just felt like anxious that my landlord who lives below me could like hear what I was watching, and they know I don't have a child and they would be like,
You were
"What?"
microdosing the Brony experience.
I
Imagine
was.
how those men felt.
Yeah, I was microdosing, breaking that, shedding my femininity and breaking down that barrier for a moment, and it was really uncomfortable. When I was watching I was watching the show, I could understand maybe the draw of, I don't know. I guess it's like appealing to the brain in the same sense that like watching any cartoon is. Like it's like just the urge to consume things that are made for like children because it's like
Yeah.
simple and smooth brain. But I don't know. The cartoon didn't really do it for me. Like there are other childlike things that I love, but the show wasn't really doing it for me. I don't know.
Yeah, I tried to watch like 5 minutes, which I'm sure Bronies would say is not enough time to see. But I
It's
also
like
agree, like
Succession. You have to give it a few episodes.
it was I didn't see anything super special about it. I'm like, there's no way they just all were like, wait, this is actually really good. They like obviously liked it because they wanted to be in this like ironic community and be part of the joke.
I agree.
But they were really watching it like every week. They weren't like fake fans.
Yeah.
You talked about there were a bunch of websites that gained popularity like outside of 4chan, like Equestria Daily was a really big one, and they
hmm
posted every day like a daily motion video of the latest episode because I guess it was hard, like My Little Pony wasn't on a lot of cable packages.
Also, like
and
Succession.
and there was like a ton on Equestria Daily of like fan art and fan fiction. So like a lot of people were like making content based on My Little Pony. And one of the reasons that Jenny said it became so big was because the animation style. Oh, and I should say too, this
mm.
is specifically like My Little Pony, the cartoon show, basically revamps every like 10 years and they have a completely like new style and new story and everything. And so this was generation 4, which is called Friendship is Magic, and that is specifically the generation that bronies are obsessed with.
Yes. And there's a website called Fim Fiction, which took me like an embarrassing amount of time to figure out what Fim was, and I was scared it was going to be like, I don't know. I was just scared. That's all I'll say.
Yeah,
Googling this not on private browser, I had fear in my heart.
I was
And
looking at a lot of scary stuff.
but it stands for fiction is magic. I mean,
Mm,
friendship is magic fiction.
yeah.
Fiction is magic.
I was like, well, that could
um
work.
yeah.
Yeah, but one of the reasons Jenny said it became so popular is that the Friendship is Magic animation style and like the depictions of the ponies were so simple, and like it was like one basically template for every pony, so it was really easy to make fan art of, and you could make like your own characters and stuff super easily.
Yeah, like they just change their main color, maybe their like bang hairstyle, their eye shape, and then their slutty little flank tattoo. But everything else is the same. Like their bodies aren't generally changing.
Yeah,
They found the perfect body type to appeal to the bronies and they stuck with it.
exactly.
Hollow.
They're all doing hollow body holds. And it was also really easy for vendors to sell
Right.
stock because there were only 6 main characters. These brony cons were unique because they were so big, but it was just for one franchise versus like, which is like pretty rare to have these events just for this one IP. I feel like there's tons of like Comic Cons that basically cover everything, but super easy as a vendor to like go to BronyCon and know you're going to be able to sell out of your stuff of like the 6 main characters.
Yeah.
And then the next point in her video is about, is it a sex thing? Which
Yeah, let's
I'm
talk about
sure a
this.
lot of people are wondering.
Yeah. Well, this was something I was talking about with someone before we recorded, like the pipeline from Brony to furry.
Mm-hmm.
And like the road is clear. The pipeline is laid out before you. But I wasn't sure about it until I watched her video. And it seems like at least this segment of the video made me feel like, yeah, resounding yes, it is a sex thing.
But it also seems like it didn't start that way.
Mm-hmm. And you don't necessarily have to be like loving that part of it, but it will
Yeah.
come across your desk.
Yeah. Like at first it was a joke to be attracted to them. And it was like
in the way that you're like in the way that it's a joke to be attracted to something that is physically attractive to you.
yeah, like how people are attracted to like the lion, what's her face in the Lion
That's a good
King.
point. Yeah, like Scar. Or like the fox in the Fox Robin Hood and the animated Robin Hood. Or like the fish with a scar on its eye and Finding
Yes,
Nemo.
yeah.
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 But this was like for boys,
So they actually were jerking off to it.
which is called clopping.
Yeah. But like at
I
first it
kind of
would
want to
be
just say that
like
and then say nothing else about that.
like at first it would be like they'd be at conventions and be like, "Oh my god, I can't believe they're actually selling like My Little Pony dirty art," and then people were buying it. So
Like, bro, should I get it? Would that be funny if I like bought it? Would it be funny if I got like a 8x4 oil painting of Twilight Star with huge boobs? Like, is that funny?
no, yeah,
I feel
I
like
got
it's
this
like
body
hilarious
pillow
and
because
ironic.
it's so funny.
I like can't stop cracking up. I can't stop cracking up when I hug this body pillow.
That's why I have all these tissues nearby because I'm just cracking up so hard.
I'm
I'm
cracking up so hard
crying.
I'm crying.
Every time I look at it, I just crack up.
Bro, I can't come out of my room. I'm laughing too hard because I keep looking at all these body pillows. I'm red in the face from all the body pillows I keep looking at that I'm cracking up at. It's hilarious.
Oh, don't show me that. I'm gonna start cracking up.
Why is my bed wet? Yeah, because I pissed it because I was cracking up so hard. No, do not show me. Do not show me that sexy pic of Twilight Star. If you show me that, I'm scared how hard I'll crack up.
And I can't crack up at work. Okay, so I thought she made a really good point too, that like men are just not socialized to appreciate nice, attractive things in a non-sexual way. So they were just like, I like this. It looks nice. Can I fuck it?
Yeah, like they should be like spending time looking at like aesthetic interior design and like smiskies.
Oh my god. I feel like if you search Smisky on 4chan, it would be like
Yeah.
Smisky porn.
Smiskies are kind of like the exact feeling of My Little Ponies physically.
Are they hollow though?
I don't know if My Little Ponies were hollow, but I do think there's a bit of a give if you squeeze a Smisky, at least right on the surface. But that like a rubber bouncing ball feeling.
Yeah.
No, that's such a good point. Like men see a beautiful flower and they start clopping.
Exactly.
Something else she said that was really funny to me on this point was she was like, I mean, the ponies don't exist, which I think is like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like, I wouldn't go that far. Like, other horses exist. I don't know. I think you're still allowed to feel weird about it, even if the ponies don't exist. Obviously, she's not saying you can't feel weird about it, but.
Well, I could see how it would feel weird to like go to a BronyCon as a woman and then be like, wait, all of these guys are like really horny right now, and I just am going because I like the cartoon.
Right. There's also something weird about, yeah, they don't exist, but this is like this is like a thing for
Hmm.
children that is loosely based on an animal. So to the extent that we don't want to socialize the
I
sexualization
don't
of
think
like,
I think the children thing is weird. I think some of the pony characters are children, like
mm,
canonically children, but like
yeah.
they're all childlike.
Well, because there's that episode where some of them can't get into the club. When the one pony is dubstep DJing, they can't all go in because some of them are canonically children.
But I don't think the animal thing like bothers me because they don't look like any real animal like at all.
Yes, they do. They look like horses.
Show a side
They
by
look
side
exactly.
of a My Little Pony and a horse. Like that is not the
They
same
have like
thing.
they have like different noses, but otherwise they look exactly like horses to me. Like they
Uh-huh.
have bangs, like horses have bangs, and they have four legs. I mean, they're giving horse to me. They have
Well, there's
flanks.
certainly like evoking horse in like a vague way.
Yeah.
If you showed like a Victorian child like a picture of a My Little Pony, if they would say that it was a horse.
Yeah.
Then the other thing is like a lot of the fan art makes the ponies into women. Like it's like the woman version of this pony.
Yeah. They kind of look like little skunks to me, actually. Because they have like little skunk faces, but then and then they're on the four legs, and they have the long skunk tail. So to the extent that it like evokes a skunk, I don't think people should be clopping to them.
The other thing is some people became furries, but also some people were furries separately and then found the Brony community.
Yeah.
But it's interesting in terms of the evolution of the community because at first it was very like hostile to gay people, and like it was people were very in the Brony community were very adamant that like just because I like My Little Pony doesn't mean I'm gay.
Like that's
um
what makes it funny, bro.
it's funny because I'm a straight guy.
It's
But
funny because
then
these ponies look like girls and I'm straight. I mean, there's not really any like, are there any like masculine leaning ponies?
I don't think so. I watched like when in the 5 minutes I did see like a boy coded character, but he looked like he was like a dinosaur or something.
Yeah.
But the furry community is like it's very queer, very trans. So that was kind of like a culture shift
Let's
when it
just say
became more
they
furry.
blew the roof off the Brony community. The furries
Yeah,
just they had their way with the place. The
exactly.
wokeification of the Brony community. That's awesome.
Yeah. And then more on BronyCon. The first BronyCon was in 2012, and there was sort of a BronyCon bubble where there were lots and lots of copycats, and there was such a like a scene around this. There were like people that were called horse famous, which is like people that were famous in the Brony community, and it was like people that worked on the show which like normally would not be known at all, like random voice actors or like producers on the show, and they would get like invited to these Brony cons, and then it also spread to people that were like really famous in like the fan art space, or like the Jenny
Deviant
who
art.
yeah, who like made this video. She actually like made a Brony like animated series with her friend called Friendship is Witchcraft, where they like would basically cut up different parts of the Friendship is Magic series and like voice
Mm.
it over themselves and then do some of their own animation, and that became huge, so they were horse famous.
Mm.
And there were like all these people that made songs about it, so they would have these giant concerts at the BronyCon.
How would you try to get horse famous if you were like trying to get work your way up the Brony pyramid?
Hmm. Memes? I don't know. It seems easy.
Yeah.
What
I
about
think I
you?
would Probably like film fiction.
And then also at these brony cons, like a thing about the culture was like everything would become a meme at lightning speed. So something would happen, and then later in the same convention, there would be like someone had like a costume of it, or there would be like a chant about it, like if the power went out or something.
Bro, you have no idea what it was like at these brony cons. Everything would become a meme at lightning speed there, dude. Like, it's electric how fast stuff becomes memes.
It's electric. You had to be there.
You had to be there. I can't think of some. I mean, I guess that's like Twitter now.
I feel like if you like were in high school right now, or actually even when we were in high school, I feel like that kind of thing happened.
Yeah, things would become memes at lightning speed.
Yeah.
It's the best kind of meme.
It is.
Okay, I just have to get on my high horse really quick
Oh.
and say that something that really pisses me off about all of this is that at the same time that brony culture was thriving, horse girls were getting no respect in society.
That's true. Horse girls were the butt of the joke.
Yeah.
And
bronies were eating up the flank of the horse.
No one was making fun of bronies.
Do you think that there was overlap between horse girls and brony culture?
No.
To me, like horse girls are very like long hair, lay in the grass, tall leather boots, dreaming of being on my horse. And like brony culture is so online.
Yeah, also like I think brony culture has nothing to do with horses.
Right, like a brony could walk by a horse and not even
crack up, not even giggle a little.
They wouldn't clop at all. So I guess that goes to your point that they're not really horses.
Yeah.
But what would a brony do if would they giggle if they walked by a skunk?
And then the dark side of brony culture, it's like I feel like it's already gotten dark. But this also kind of relates to what your point on the horse girls, but the gatekeeping of female fans. The author of this video, she talked about going to conventions and like people not thinking she was a real fan.
She did have a pillow, I noticed during the video.
But I don't think it was like that sexy.
No, it was just a pillow with a pony on it. So I guess it depends on your definition of sexy.
But some of them are like really suggestive.
Yeah. Like it's like, what if we took this hollow pony body and we pulled some of that air out of the inside and inflated big horse tits on the outside?
And it's like them like with their back turned and they're like looking behind that.
The way that you were arching before you said what you were gonna do was like making me so nervous.
While you were worried you were gonna crack up.
I was worried I would crack up. You were making me want to crack up. Like they always have one front paw kind of cocked and ready to go, and then they're looking over their shoulder and they're showing their flank off.
Yeah, exactly. And like horses do have big asses.
Yeah, but these aren't horses, and skunks have tiny ones. They are always like butt up though.
She also talked about how like the franchise started just catering more and more to the bronies.
Yeah, that would be really frustrating.
Yeah, like the bronies were complaining that the toys didn't resemble the show enough because the real hair was not how the hair looked in the show. So then they made My Little Pony toys with like hard plastic hair.
Bro, that would piss me off so
especially
bad.
Like if because they were originally like toys for little kids like who like to
right like
brush
are they
the hair.
It's not even supposed to be about the toys for the bronies. They had to give the ponies hard plastic hair because something that the bronies were doing to the real hair was like getting all matted and like sticky. Yeah. They had to make the My Little Ponies machine washable because of the stuff the bronies were doing to the toys.
They had to close the hollow body up.
They had to fill the hollow bodies with cement so nothing could get inside. No, that would be like really frustrating. I'm trying to think of another example of a community where like the like edgy dark subculture that was like liking it quote unquote ironically like started to dictate how the actual thing was. Like I don't know if I can think of anything.
Yeah, like imagine if like Harry Potter, like the last couple movies, if it was dictated by fan fiction and it was like Draco and Harry just having sex.
And like Snape started doing the like Snape, Snape.
Yeah.
They just become puppets.
Oh
Yeah.
no, a pipe bomb! Like that gets incorporated.
That gets incorporated into the in Deathly Hollows Part 1. Yeah, it's. I guess I should give the Bronies a little more credit, though. I don't think that it's an entirely ironic thing.
I mean, a lot of the discussion on forums seemed like it was like actually about the content of the episodes and like
Yeah, like it
the
can be very
quality.
earnest. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw a
Yeah.
lot of discussion online too about the post recession influence of My Little, like how like My Little like Bronyism in a certain sense is not ironic at all because it was just this like quintessential like form of escapism post recession. Like everyone had lost their jobs and like their houses and their mortgages had gone under and everything, and so they turned to this like very pure childlike thing as like a form of just like earnest joy and like
Mm.
smooth brain comfort, and
Yeah,
then they
that's
started
sweet.
cracking up.
Also, like kids were going to the convention, so that made it weird for the suggestive merch they were selling.
Yeah, that is weird.
She went to the last BronyCon, which was in 2019. So attendance had been dropping since 2016. So I guess that was like the peak. And then the final BronyCon had a record attendance since was the last one. So it was like over 10,000 people. And it
Wow.
sounded like very like big and celebratory.
A final blowout bash in honor
Yeah.
of our favorite cloppy girls.
She also said by the final BronyCon there was no irony. It was horny guys and gay furries.
Yeah. When you said no irony, I was imagining like just earnest love of the horses. But I guess like horny guys and gay furries is like not
Earnest love.
ironic. It's earnest
Yeah.
love. I'm looking for that pure, earnest brony type love. Someone who will love me the way that bronies love.
Something else that I found was an article from the Atlantic in 2020 that was like about the very racist side of brony culture. So there is definitely like this neo-Nazi side, which like is really not surprising to me given that it started on
I
4chan.
was just gonna say, like fork found in the kitchen, likely place for neo Nazis to be.
Yeah. But there's like some crazy stuff. Like there's a slur that they use for the zebras. There's a zebra character that's coded as African. And so there's a Z slur that they use, which I will
Wow.
not be saying.
Yeah. This is not that
Yeah.
kind of podcast. I don't really have anything to say other than, yep, that sounds right.
Yep. I've yet to have my mind changed about this scene. I read this like really disturbing interview with a self-described pan-European white nationalist who goes
Whoa.
by Buttercup Dew and started a white nationalist blog called My Nationalist Pony.
Littlest nationalist.
And
Okay, what's up with all that?
he, quote, immediately recognized My Little Pony as a white racial folk analogy.
Oh my god.
Okay. In his blog, he says like some of the signs that My Little Pony is a white
Is a
racial
white.
folk analogy
Uh-huh.
are one of them is seasonal cyclical time derived from European seasonality. Bro, what? There's
Oh my
seasons in the
god.
show, so it's
That is, yeah, okay. I'd like
um
to hear more.
cloud cities, halls, and arenas of ancient Greek architecture,
Mm.
analogies for historic European warriors, Tudor
Mm-hmm.
houses in Ponyville, A total absence of modern, multiracialist, egalitarian architecture.
They're
West
horses.
Western frontier pioneer towns and cowboy analogies.
This is
Multiple
crazy.
personified.
I'm so glad I don't see the world through this guy's eyes. Like everything is a
Yeah,
white racist nationalist folk analogy
through his eyes, I know.
through his yeah.
Also, he said multiple personified deities as opposed to Jewish or Arabic monotheism. I'm like, so, or Christianity? Like, what?
Oh my god. Okay. Plot.
Established monogamous families of the traditional Western Christian variety. Horse racing in English high society.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
and this one is also crazy. Athleticism displays and events.
I feel like he's ignoring all of the like non-Eurocentric what horse traits. Like horses. Where are horses from originally?
But I guess he's not saying it's not horses. It's My Little Pony.
Oh, yeah,
But I
that's
was
true.
thinking like that he must be really pissed that it turned into a trans furry community.
Yeah, that's true. A minor win
Um,
for the Brony community. Does this guy have like support?
yeah, I think so. I think this is like an unfortunate thing. So it like started ironic, became kind of gay and furry, and then descended back to being kind of alt right after Bronydom fell off. So a lot of the like forums are pretty racist. Like I unfortunately checked out this site that was referenced in the article derpiburu.org, which
Derpa
like
guru?
derpiburu. I had to make an account to see the
What?
yeah. But there's like a racist tag that has over 900 posts and I honestly didn't understand most of it. A lot of it was in German.
Are they like likely language for it to be? Are they like fan fictions? Could you tell that? Or are
Like
they just
fan
like
art.
musings? Oh, fan art, racist fan art.
Yeah.
Okay, that's in
Yeah.
German. That sounds really funny. I feel like we could call this like the like Brony's razor, like Occam's razor, like the term for the phenomena of liking something becoming ironically beloved and then queer and then
Mm,
descending into white nationalist.
there should be a rule for this. Like this is like the natural cadence of the internet.
Yeah, right. It's like a bell curve, but it's like a Brony curve.
Yeah.
Like the life cycle of any, yeah. I like natural cadence of the internet, but I feel like this has also happened to like
Real life stuff.
YouTube generally, probably.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's just like a sad but well trod path that Brony culture went down.
Yeah. And then I just quickly wanted to talk about like what happened, like what is brony culture now other than being alt right? Like, is
Mm.
there a brony community? So Generation 5 aired 2022 to 2024 and it was not well liked by bronies.
What's it
And if you
called?
I can't remember, but the bronies are like super 3D. So obviously they're pissed that they can't like
The ponies.
yeah, sorry, I keep saying the bronies. The
No, it's
ponies were 3D.
confusing.
So they like are hard to make fan art of.
Tell your tale is what it's called. They're too complex. I wonder if that was on purpose. They were like, we need to stop
Yeah.
letting people like do messed up stuff with our IP. So we're gonna make it like
Yeah.
so impossibly complex to try to recreate. Like you get lost in the middle of drawing it.
But it's like now there's AI. You could definitely still create stuff.
Mm.
But yeah,
The horses
someone
are like optical illusions, impossible to capture with the human eye.
that's what they need to do. Only it's like only visible if you're under 10. It's like that high pitched noise.
Yeah. It's actually all auditory, and only people with newborn ears can hear it.
Yeah, so they don't like Gen 5. Though I kind of am predicting that there could be a Brony resurgence
Mm.
because
The
apparently,
economy's down.
mhm, and
2016
I
is
feel like
back.
like we're getting to that nostalgia period of that time.
Yeah.
And there's apparently a live action movie that's in production, which that sounds horrifying.
Wait, does that
That
mean real horses?
I feel like probably not real horses.
So it'll be like in real life, but then like CGI, like
Yeah, I
little
bet it's
skunks.
that.
It'll be real skunks.
Spray painted skunks.
Yeah. Eat your heart out, PETA. We're spray painting skunks for the live action My Little Pony movie.
But I was checking out like some of the forums just to see like how active they were on the subreddit. There still seem to be like daily posts, which I'm sure is way less than it used to be. I also went onto 4chan for the first time, really scary. And
That
they had
is
the pony section, whatever it's called, has posts from last week.
okay. I didn't really know people were still. I feel like when Lily Allen put out 4chan Stan, I was like, haha, that's funny. Like, it's a little
It's all
like
like
she doesn't
outdated.
even know about. Well, I probably just rhymed well for the words, but yeah, like
Yeah.
definitely outdated.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, this really is like how I thought it would be on here. Like it hasn't updated at all. And like on the front, the first page of the pony forum, it was like someone posted like a fan art of a personified pony like walking like another My Little Pony as a dog. And someone just wrote, I want to fuck that dog.
So yeah, same as it ever was. Things feel like they move fast, but if you ever need to just slow down and
If you need to just
reminisce,
go back to 2011, just go to 4chan.
no beating
Um,
around the bush.
no. I went to Equestria Daily and I was like, oh, there's still a post every day. And then I realized it was all from the same user who is the head of Equestria Daily. And I was like, this is really giving that meme of the party ended an hour ago and he's still here. What do you think could be the next Bronies? Like if there was a different.
Like Bluey.
That's what people have been saying.
I'm like not that plugged into kid stuff. I mean, it could be like something vintage, like
Polly Pockets.
mm-hmm. But those are like I think that's too on the nose because they are
Yeah, like art.
people.
Yeah, they're girls.
They're already little girls. Like,
Ooh.
oh, what about like Labubu's?
Oh,
No, but I kind
yeah.
of feel like they're already like
It had its chance, but it didn't get to Brony
it didn't
levels.
pursue the natural life cycle of the internet. Yeah, because it was like girls took it too fast. It made people embrace their femininity instead of shed their womanhood. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I couldn't really think of anything. I guess Bluey, but like it's just clearly not having the same. Apparently, adult people do watch it that don't have kids, but I don't think it's like that same like edgelord vibe.
No. Honestly, Labubu's like seems really ripe for it. I wonder if we could start
Yeah,
like
so
making
we should start it.
like fan art because it's like it'd be really easy to recreate because they all have the same faces.
Yes, I'm sure
Um,
there's a ton of fan art for it.
we should hold a LabubuCon.
Like we're doing it like a year too late.
Enough time has passed. We can start making this a weird sex thing. Let's go, people. Yeah, it's interesting. I do feel like there's always things that are like scratching that like childhood itch for adults. Like I was thinking about Stanley Cups. I was like trying to think about what stuff I like that makes me feel like that's like for kids. Definitely Stanley Cups. I mean like Legos, but no one's jerking off to Legos.
I mean, it doesn't have to be sexual, I guess, but what could even be like that big that has a whole conventions?
Yeah, the other kid stuff I was thinking of is so not real. Like getting my hair brushed and getting tucked in.
the getting tucked in convention. We have a lot of beds, but it's not sexual at all.
Unfortunately, white supremacists have kind of taken over the getting tucked in community. I do feel like there's a lot of stuff that's like capitalizing on the success we saw from My Little Pony and Bronies. There are so many adult cartoon shows now that I don't know if there were that many of
Mm.
those pre 2011. You know what I mean? Like Rick and
Like The
Morty.
Simpsons.
I mean, the Simpsons were there already, I
And
guess.
like Adult Swim, I think, existed.
Yeah, so
Maybe.
maybe it kind of came up around the same time. Like it was like Adult Swim people looking for more cartoons. And so they went
Mm.
to My Little Pony. But yeah, like now, I don't know, Big Mouth. My best answer is getting tucked in. Sorry, that's all I can think of is getting tucked in.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay, so could it be your scene?
No, I don't
No,
think so.
mine neither.
It's okay. Not everything's for us.
No. I'm glad like that it works for some people. I'm not glad it works for others.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
I'm
definitely
happy
not
for
my
the
scene.
girl and gay bronies and the guys who like
I'm
earnestly
happy for the
liked
earnest
it.
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Less happy about the German racist violent fan art being posted on what was it? Derpa Boogoo?
Something like that.
Shut Derpa Boogoo down, please. I don't even want to know what that stands for. Yeah, not my scene, but an interesting exploration, and I can't say I'm mad that it's falling out of favor post 2019.
Yeah. All right.
All right. See you next
Thanks. See you
week.
next time.